Hockey has never been a trendsetter when it comes to fashion. It's always been the old reliables: skates, socks, gloves, jerseys, and of course, short pants.
Live from the Spectrum, Philadelphia Flyers hockey.
But in 1981, the Philadelphia Flyers went rogue by going long.
It's kind of cool to look at those old pictures of me in the Cooperalls. Something new, innovative. Is it going to catch on? I think the Flyers got a lot of publicity when the Cooperalls first came out.
They were the bad guys. They were the black hats in the Western movies. They were the evil empire in Star Wars. And so for them to wear Cooperalls was just one more thing: black pants.
It was cool. It was, you know, I hadn't expected to look so good.
It was, I guess, a validation of what we had done.
That was the beginning of the XL series of shoulder pads, remember?
Yeah.
Len Clement and Steve Copeland run a small design firm near Toronto. 35 years ago, they were making hockey history. They designed Cooperalls, a suit of interconnected padding beneath a streamlined uniform with tight-fitting, long pants.
I recall talking about football and what was the allure with football, people that watched it, the tight pants. The guys are out there in the tight pants running around. And we've been talking about this idea of having a Superman image for the hockey players.
Never ever did feel like Superman, still don't.
Colleges like Notre Dame were among the first to try the new gear. Before he was a Philadelphia Flyer, Dave Poulin played with the Fighting Irish and remembers the first time he wore long pants.
We were flying, and I think we lost the game 6-0. Guys were looking at themselves in the glass to see how they looked rather than worrying about the game.
The year after the Flyers introduced long pants to the NHL, the Hartford Whalers joined them. And so it was that on a December night in 1982, history was made when Hartford hosted Philadelphia in the very first NHL game with both teams in long pants.
Did you guys do anything to celebrate?
I think there was a bottle of champagne involved in my office at some point. And I think there was probably some things afterwards that...
The long pants would have a short life in the NHL. The rest of the league didn't much care for them, nor did some of the players who wore them.
Did I like them? Not really.
The biggest complaint was what happened to a player who went down while skating fast.
The pant itself was made of nylon, so you tend to slide maybe a little more than you did with a knitted sock, so to speak.
When you hit a sheet of ice and you were going down, you were stopping when you hit the boards. If the door was open, you'd have kept going until you hit a street pole out there somewhere.
Citing player safety, the NHL banned long pants after the 1982-83 season.
Fathers of hockey decided that at the top level that they liked the traditional part of the uniform.
The majority of the teams weren't wearing it, and it would have been a huge change for everyone.
Hey, they tried it, it didn't, but understand why they tried it.
Often forgotten in the debate over Cooperalls is the fact that having the padding interconnected rather than in separate pieces improved player safety.
The injuries back then were equipment rotational things where the equipment wasn't where it was supposed to be when somebody got hit.
From a fashion standpoint was one thing. From a safety standpoint, I think they did lead to the next generation of safer equipment.
It really did change the way hockey equipment was designed.
It's a good feeling, you know, you contributed. And you never made the big leagues, but your party is there.